Alright, we're going to add a floor slash roof above the walls we just created. So if I go to my 3D view here, zoom in on it, you will see the walls that we have created in the last video. We're going to put a floor, which is also kind of a roof as well, on top of these walls. And this top of this wall is at level 2, so we'll go to level 2. And right now we can't see the walls because our view range is stopping at level 2 and not allowing us to see the walls below. So I'm going to come over here to my properties and click edit next to view range. And I'm going to change my view depth down to level 1 and click OK, and I'll be able to see the walls that are below. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the floor that we need. We went into the section and determined how thick the floors were, and this roof slash floor is 340 millimeters thick, so that's the distance thickness that we're going to use. So if I go to architecture and floor here, right now it's set on the generic white floor, and we want to duplicate that by going to edit type and duplicate, and I'm going to name this 340 millimeter. Click OK and adjust the thickness by editing the structure. And as we have been doing, we're going to leave it generic for right now and come back and adjust the layers of the floor later. I'm going to click OK and click OK. And now that floor is current, and what Revit has done is send us into sketch mode, and it wants us to create an outline of that floor. There are multiple ways you can do that on the draw panel here. The default is wall, and so I can hover over the walls that I've created below, and I'm just going to tap the tab key. Didn't hold it down, just tapped it, and it will find the connected walls, and I can then left click on them, and it'll put a magenta outline, which is going to define the outline of our floor. Now our floor, we want to be on the inside of these walls, which is a little unusual, but you'll see why later. So I'm going to click this flip option right here, and it will flip all of those magenta lines to the inside. The other thing I want to adjust is the span direction, which right now is going this way. I'm going to adjust it to go vertically. We can always change it later if we need to. So I'm going to pick span direction, and I'm going to pick the line that I want the span direction to be parallel to. Once I do that, I'm going to hit check. And it's going to ask me a series of questions. Would you like the walls that go up to this floor's level to attach to its bottom? So the walls that we created that started at level 1 and went up to level 2 are now overlapping with the floor that's hosted on level 2 and is extruding down towards level 1. So what Revit's going to do is it's going to take all these walls that are in red and attach it to the bottom of the floor so they don't overlap. So I'm just going to say yes. It's going to give me some error messages based on the fact that those exterior walls don't completely overlap the floor and can't therefore be attached. So I'm just going to say that's fine, just attach those. And then it's going to ask me if I want to cut the geometry out of the overlapping walls. And for right now, I'm going to say no to that. We'll discuss this later. Alright, so now I have a floor, and if I go to my 3D view, you can see I now have a floor. What I want to do now is cut the hole in the floor for the ramp, and to do that I'm going to go to level 1. And I'm going to create a detail line that estimates the size of this. So to do that, I'm going to go to annotate and detail line here. Select the rectangle. Now a detail line, left click, only shows up in the view in which you created in. Left click. Modify to stop the detail line. I'm going to pick this line right here, and what I really want is to be able to get the distance between this line and the level. So I just selected it again when I was in a different view, and it actually gave me this distance. So I'm going to go ahead and select this, and let's say that's 200. And I'm going to do the same thing for this one. So over here at this edge, so let's see if I come in and pick that, if it'll give it to me, right? 200. So you can change your view sometimes and it will update for you. Now I want to make sure that this line, we'll just pick 1830 for that. So I'm just sort of evening out these distances to make them, Let's see what that guy is giving. Now this one is actually pulling all the way to that wall, which I'm not sure why, but I can actually pull and move the witness line by picking this blue line and picking that line. And I can say, oh, we'll just say that's 1600. Okay. Now, there is a dashed line that could be here that represents the hole, but what I really want is to select that detail line and copy it to my clipboard up here. And I'm going to transfer it to my level 2 where my floor is. Right, so I'm going to come in now and I'm going to go to paste, align to same place. And it's going to paste those lines right there. Now I can pick the floor, edit the boundary, and it'll take me back into the sketch, and I can draw a rectangle here. And if I draw a closed rectangle within the boundary of the floor and hit check, it will cut a hole in that floor. And I'm getting that same series of questions, right? Now if I go to my 3D view, you'll see that I have a hole in the floor. The only thing I really want to do now is go back to my level 2, and I'm just going to window around and delete those detail lines. All right.